we have always said it, when the executive wants something, if they can give enough attention to it, it will come to pass. The Minister of State Petroleum, the GMD, and their group, GGM, NAPIMS, ES, PTDF, they were walking the corridors of National Assembly and the conference rooms. Anytime you wanted them to expatiate on anything or to explain on anything, they were here. And that's what you saw today. That's the result of what came out today. So it's not enough to bring an appropriation bill and you are casting aspersion on National Assembly members. You know, if you get the Minister of Finance and Minister of State for Budget to walk the corridors like this, you will not have issues when you bring appropriation bills. So because they did an excellent job, that's what played out on the floor of the House today. All over Africa, they are drilling. So if the cost of production here is higher than our neighbors, Ghana and all that, why would they come here? Why would the investors come here to drill? So let's have a bill that will encourage investors to invest here. That's when you actually reap the benefit of this bill. So those were things that were taken into consideration. Well, let's start with 5%. Who knows? Anything can happen tomorrow. This bill can be amended. In short, we actually have a couple of colleagues. We have amendment waiting. So as the president has sent to this, we'll bring amendments. So that's what they told us. You know, some years ago, the guys that made the bill work in Ghana told me, because I took them up, and they said to me, when they were at the verge of passing the bill, so many other things came up with the environmentalists and all. And they told them, they were not arrogant about it, just the way our Minister of State and GMD were not arrogant about issues. So they took those things on board, begged them, then the bill came into being, and then they started making amendments. So because there's no perfect bill, there will always be places that you need to touch here and there as the bill is alive. So the first thing is what we have done today. We have passed this bill. So the thing is for the president to assent to it. The investors have just been on the fence waiting before they put their money down. We'll probably come on board. And then we can open up the economy again. So I dare say that passing this bill today, as much as we want to appreciate everybody, even the speaker, the leadership he provided, we are at the bottom right now. Because investors are not coming. There are no new wells. There are no new monies coming into the industry. In the last 4 years, this country, we have lost investment that's worth over $80 billion. And these monies have moved elsewhere, moved to countries that are not even 1/3 of our they don't have 1/3 of our reserve. Not oil, not gas. This money is moved there. So if you don't have new investment, you are not drilling new wells, how are you ever going to make money to run your economy? And now we're also looking at the fact that fossil fuel is going to be a waste product, a waste asset in a very short while. So why don't we take advantage of it? And some of us know that between now and next year, if we didn't pass this this bill, another 40 billion will pass this country by. Because we are in competition with renewable energy. That's where people are looking at right now. So it's in the best interest of everyone to pass this bill. That's one of the major reasons. Besides the fact that we've got cooperation from the executive and the leadership of the National Assembly works together. The main reason is that we are at the bottom right now. And the only way to go is up. That's pass this bill and make it work.
But realities as of today is the fact that just within Africa, there are other countries within Africa that have discovered crude oil and gas. Meaning that if an investor decides to invest his resource in any country, he's looking at returns on investment. So the question is Nigeria an attractive investment destination? Nigeria is not, because in the past 5 years, over $75 billion of investment has come into sub-Saharan Africa in the energy sector. Of that amount, only 3.5 billion came into Nigeria, because Nigeria is not an attractive investment destination. So this is the reality of what we lawmakers are faced with. Putting it side by side with what the people are asking for. Host community people are asking for an increase on the proposal that was before Parliament, which is to the extent that the host community fund should be increased from the proposed 2.5% to 10% OPEX, which is operating cost of all the IOCs. Now, as lawmakers, you must listen to the technical experts, because today, what is the lifespan of oil and gas in the global energy markets? Virtually all the countries in the Western world are already going green. It means that our hydrocarbon deposits, if not explored within the next 15 years, will just be like coal in the days of colonial Nigeria, when coal was more like what was running all our locomotives. Today, if you see coal in Enugu, it has no value. So what would be the value of crude oil to the Niger Delta man if the price of crude is zero in the oil market? That means that we would have lost the value and the benefits that we were supposed to get as a people. So having this information and being a representative of the people, you must strike the best bargain that will get to the people. There are different levels of interventions in the Niger Delta, the NDDC, the Niger Delta Ministry. The question is, of all these interventions, of course the derivation too, which of it, how many of it, how much of it gets to the host communities? If it was getting to the host communities, would we have had the security situations that the IOCs and the government is dealing with? Those are questions we need to answer. So, if there is a proposal that some amount of the OPEX of the IOCs will go directly to the communities, we parliamentarians all felt that the best thing to do is to embrace it. Let's have investment come into our country, because Nigeria does not have the requisite funds to invest in oil and gas. It is only the IOCs that has the monies. There is no single bank in Nigeria that can spend $10 billion and expect returns on investment in 10 years. There is no such bank in Nigeria. That means that the only kind of funds that can come into our hydrocarbon industry has to come from the IOCs, meaning that we have the option of relaxing our laws to accommodate investment, so that those who are coming into our country to invest will also have investment, returns on investment, and also provide jobs for our unemployed teeming youths. For Nigeria, we believe that there are a lot of misconceptions which has to do with the frontier, the clauses that have to do with the Frontier Exploration Fund. Nigerians see it from the point that this Frontier Exploration Fund is going to benefit the North alone. But that's not the thinking of the particular legislation. When you talk about the Frontier Exploration Fund, it's going to benefit virtually some of the basins in the southern part of Nigeria, because we have the Benue Trough. We also have the Anambra Basin going close to Calabar. Of course, Lagos is also part of the new frontier. Even the Niger Delta. Frontier means areas that oil exploration, oil and gas has not been explored, that there are prospects, meaning that Nigeria should have some resource that they can deploy to explore crude oil. If commercial quantity of such is found, then we can now attract investors to partner. That's the basis for it. So there is a lot of misconception thinking that the Frontier Fund will just benefit only the northern part of the country. We're a country that must try as much as possible to minimize our differences. We must continue to work together. We as lawmakers, we swore to the Constitution. We swore to the unity of this country.
Instagram.